All right, so 5-color humans. This is one of them good modern decks I've heard so much about. I actually really like this build of humans. I'm hoping if this league goes well, I'm probably going to update the list on my website to match this build. This build's pretty close to the stockish good humans list, except it's playing 2 copies of Mayor of Avabruck in it. And this is kind of old technology that's coming back around again because Modern's been getting more degenerate and linear lately. So having more of these, like, you know, Lord style effects, so this deck could just like beat down more efficiently faster to allow it to race other things that are racing in the format, seems like a good direction to take the archetype in. Do you play the paper finance game at all? Nah. I find the finance aspect of Magic the Gathering incredibly frustrating. I just want to play games of Magic rather than like play this mini game to then play games of Magic. We've seen this movie before and know the ending, right? I'm gonna bottom an extra freebooter here. Get my human on. You can find my preferred iteration of Amulet on my website. Speaking of elves, this matchup is actually really bad for humans. I think I just Thalia here because she has first strike and can start attacking next turn. Having a good humans matchup is one of the reasons to play black-green elves, for those that are not familiar. Both these decks, the elves deck is better at being linear faster, which is a big deal. Yep. So I think I need to Kitesail Freebooter here. Spot check for a collecting company. It's not worth trading this for 2 of their things. This can get big enough to like put them under an abyss, so that's fine. So they have 2 forests and a shaman in the pack currently. We're at parity for the moment. This is a matchup where having access to Mayor of Avabruck will be good as well, because it's another anthem effect for our team. So I get to go ahead and play this, and then I get to play Aether Vial. And then I guess I just start poking them in the air, huh? Because, like, they can make attacks here, but with my 4/4 and my 2/1 first strike, I'm, like, pretty far ahead. So, like, our best cards from the human side of this matchup are Mantis Rider, because it's a card that allows us to be aggressive while also being a little bit defensive as well, because it blocks well against what Elves is doing. So, our goal here is to have them brick and die while we slowly poke them to death in the air. I don't think I want to Reflector Mage anything on this board, but it's also possible I should just, like, get the Mage into play to give myself more blockers. Because, like, the Reflector Mage basically gives me 2 more blockers, right? Like, it is a blocker, and then it makes Champion of the Parish able to block as well. My opponent, like, draws an Elvish Archdruid or a Clan Caller, which is, like, very dead very quickly. Yeah. So, like, now this can't block here. So I just have to, like, take a hit for 4. So I probably should have put this into play last turn and just, like, bounce the token. It would mean I wouldn't be taking this attack here. Interesting. I feel like if they're going to attack with that, they should attack with everything. We know their last card in hand's a forest, so I'm not really worried about that. And, like, now I'm getting a little bit punished for having not played this since I drew a creature this turn. Yeah, you're probably right that I should play the land out. Couple of small miss sequences there. Thalia's Lieutenant's a good one to find, though. Thank God this isn't a Justice stream. If there was justice in the world, we never would matches of Magic. Woke up to being sick. J Money, thanks for the 8-month resub. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you for all the content you produce. You're an amazing producer. So if I attack with this and they crack back with everything, I have 5 blockers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. So I take 6 and eat their team if they attack. So I think it's worth attacking with this. Would you consider linear and fair to be synonymous in Modern? Would you mind expanding? So fair decks tend to refer to decks that aren't trying to execute a combo. So those words actually aren't synonymous. They're the opposite of synonymous. Those words mean opposite things. So decks that are linear tend to be unfair because linear decks tend to want to ignore their opponent and just do their thing, whereas fair decks are decks that are decks like Jund or Jeskai Controller, things that are like their goal is to interact with what the opponent's doing. Humans or elves are fair but linear. No, I would describe elves as a combo deck, and I would describe humans as not being linear. Humans has a number of interactive elements in it. In fact, this deck is very much a fair interactive deck. I would consider elves a combo deck. So I definitely want the Staticasters. Do I want the Dismembers? Killing their lords is pretty important. We did not win Burgle. We died in a giant fire. Thalia's pretty bad here, I think. Maybe Kitesail Freebooter is a fine trim as well. Do I want Gaddock Teeg just to shut off their collected companies? Their collected companies are one of their better cards against us. Gaddock Teeg versus Kitesail Freebooter. What do we think? I feel like that would be the trim. I definitely want these 4. The question is if I want this or this. I think Bugler is important in this matchup because it helps us find cards like Izzet Staticaster more consistently. Infect is definitely a combo deck. In fact, Infect is a linear combo deck. Here's, I learned, someone had this definition and it made a ton of sense to me when I heard it. The easiest way to figure out if your deck tends to be interactive, a good general rule of thumb is think about your deck and then think about if you were playing against 60 basic forests. Does your deck have dead cards in it if you're playing against 60 basic forests? If all of your cards are live against a deck of all basic lands, your deck probably isn't interactive. It's probably linear. Is Tron a combo deck in my... I don't know. I don't care. It's super semantics. Like, the people arguing, like, what's a combo deck and what's not, you're asking me that question so you can argue with me. I've met you Magic players before. You're asking me that question just so you can argue with me. And I don't really care about the semantics of it. Tron doesn't have dead cards in it against 60 basic lands. And I didn't say fair, I said interactive. Yeah, I'm starting with Archdruid here, and then my Phantasmal Image next turn is probably going to name Collected Company, and then Lead the Stampede, and then Elvish Visionary, or probably Clan Caller too. Next turn is probably going to be Company plus Clan Caller. There's nothing wrong with combo decks. Like, I'm not discussing what's a combo deck and what's not to say there's something wrong with combo decks. In fact, if you enjoy Modern, you probably enjoy combo decks. Like, I said I would classify Elves as an unfair deck. Like, Elves is one of my favorite decks in the format. In fact, all 3 of the decks that I listed as my 3 favorite decks when someone asked them earlier, Hardened Scales, Elves, and Amulet Titan, those are all pretty aggressive linear decks. They're decks that are trying to combo people and get them dead, because that's what most good Modern decks are doing, is trying to get people dead. Slag Blast, thanks for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Blue-red wizards is fine. It's just not very good. It's not. It's a low power level. It is a lower power level than the three decks I just listed. Is there a black-green Hardened Scales deck on my website? The Hardened Scales list on my website is mono green, I believe. However, we've played black-green in the past. So if you look in the YouTube playlist, there should be a black-green video in the YouTube playlist. So here's the thing about Hardened Scales, and this is why, again, it's semantics and people just want to argue about semantics with me. Hardened Scales is a deck that's incredibly linear and is only interactive when people are trying to be more linear than it. Saying Hardened Scales isn't linear because of Walking Ballista is like saying Storm isn't linear because it plays Remand. That's just bullshit. It's just total nonsense. It's just like the only reason that deck plays that card is because it occasionally needs to interact with things that are faster than it. It doesn't make the goal of the deck to be interactive. It's just like, oh, occasionally, sometimes this card does it. And again, that's why the talking about it at the end of the day is all semantics and it's kind of pointless. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna attack for 4 here. I have no idea, but a lot of the time people want to talk about things like that because they want to feel smart. Some people like to classify decks being linear as a bad thing. So like if a deck is linear and they don't play the linear deck, they're smarter or whatever. Who knows? Unfortunately, these land war elves have different names, so I only get to kill one of them here. Yeah, I agree. We're gonna Staticaster them out of this game very quickly. Don't mind me. Just casting as a Staticasters over here. I'll just be over here casting as a Staticasters. It's a Moto feature. Moto doesn't have bugs. It has features. Come on now. Stop! The elves have families! Please, murderer! Don't mind me, just slaughtering the people of the forest. I have a fever, and the only cure is more Staticaster. And I think I like our board plan of draw is a Staticaster. Seems to work well. That's why I leave Bugler in this matchup, because finding cards like Staticaster is a big deal. Turn 2 Izzet Staticaster. Sneeper Keeper. Mantis Rider and Reflector Mage, also good. Guess I'm working towards my horse now. Thank you, Punishing Waterfalls, for the 13 months. So we're shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again this month. I almost just clicked Elves out of instinct. That would have been incredibly bad. Yikes. Could have ended poorly there for us. Because while Magic Online figured out how to list creature types in your hand and in play, it lists creature types your opponents have in play in the recommended as well, which is really annoying. Why do you think Magic went from stronger cards to weaker cards in its history? So I don't actually think that's true. So I think it's true that they've gone from stronger instants and sorceries to weaker instants and sorceries, but the power level of creatures today tends to be much higher than the power levels of creatures, other creatures historically speaking. Darn it, they keep, okay, whew, there's the ones with the same name. All right, so what do I need to do here? So I need to keep them off of, yeah, I think it's Meddling Mage plus a 1-drop here. So I need to keep them off of Archdruid coming back into play, right? The problem is they're going to be able to activate this next turn, and then I'm probably dead. Like, I get to keep them off of Archdruid, but like if they activate this next turn, I'm just like not gonna have a way to get these off the table unless I draw a Phantasmal Image. Yeah, a common theme in recent Magic history is that we now staple spells onto creatures, is what happens. So creatures are much better than they once were. Tumos with the 40-month resubscription. You the OG Tumos. Thanks for that incredible length of support. Welcome back. You've seen some changes here in Hoaglandia over the years. Maximum Vippa, thanks for the brand new Prime Sport. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Are we dead? Deader than dead? I believe we are deader than dead. I don't think we can. I don't think we're beating that. All right, how are we doing, folks? Welcome. We're playing a good deck, so naturally we're 0-1 to start the league. Thanks for hanging out. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you're someone who finds yourself enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I love what I do here, but the reason I'm able to do this full-time as a job day in and day out is because of the support of all of my wonderful subs. Past subscribing, you can also support my sub by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a tournament series in the Midwestern United States that does $5,000 cash tournaments every single month in January. Their next one is going to be on January 12th in Palatine, Illinois. If you can't make it out to their event in the Midwest, they also stream their events on Twitch. Be sure to check out twitch.tv/NRG series for coverage from them. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off of the top. They also recently had a really wonderful draft simulator to their website, so be sure to check that out. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. And of course, MTGO traders will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. Using code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you can save 8% on all of your singles orders with theirs. So if you're interested in playing some Modern or some Legacy, be sure to check them out for all of your online Magic needs. What's going on, Hider? Good luck in the rest of your league today. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't get, and this is something that people don't understand from, especially, I see this especially when people are talking about the Modern ban list, and that's the power level of Magic the Gathering cards is contextual. Whether a card is good or bad depends 100% on all of the cards that surround that card in the format. So it's very possible for a card to be very good, even too good, like Monastery Mentor in Vintage, and be underpowered and borderline unplayable in other formats like Modern, for instance. And seems great. All right, so what do I want to lead on here? I think it's Champion into Champion Hierarch. Just be aggressive on the play. And like, if it looks like they're playing a combo deck of some sort, maybe we Kitesail on too. I think I just want to put the most pressure into play. Slow and steady. All right, basic or flooded strand. Probably some kind of control deck. Yeah, we're finishing. So for people that are my regular viewers, my schedule is changing starting this week. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of modern and a little bit of standard every day. So I'm trying a split format stream. So this will be our last modern league this morning. We're currently in match 2. Then we'll be moving along to some standard on Magic Arena to follow. Modern rules, standard rules going on, Merc. Thanks for the biddies. Rude. That is incredibly rude. Yes, Talran, I'm going to be doing modern first every day. Modern slash magical line. I'm going to be doing a little bit of legacy again too. We've had some people sending in deck submissions for that format, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of legacy again as well. The schedule, as always, is on my website, including the approximate. God, we're just super dead, huh? Every time I play humans, I just like I always like feel like people play this deck. Like I get that this deck had a bunch of results for a while, but it's just like always felt incredibly underpowered when I've played it. Just like get mono dumpstered. Burgle did call it. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. I could just like mono Doom Blades. Like how do I ever beat mono Doom Blades with all these creatures and no card advantage? So you can find a bunch of great deck lists on my website. All of my deck suggestions for things that I think are fun and sweet would be contained on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Click modern decks at the top. You can filter by archetype or power level, all sorts of other good stuff. Trim Mayor, yeah, I guess they're gonna be killing most of my stuff, which makes it. Actually, is Mayor bad though? Like if they don't kill this, it flips over and starts generating 2/2s. Like this card creates its own critical mass. I think it's actually I'd rather cut image rather than that card. Auriok Champion doesn't die to lightning bolts, I guess. Yeah, Black Knight. I actually have, I think Shoal Intel is actually in the deck queue. I guess I keep this. I think I'm supposed to play Vial first. Sleight of hand. Okay, yeah, I think Burgle's right. They're probably a thing in the ice deck. There's actually only 3 Meddling Mages in this deck, and none of them are Crispicula. Just for reference, so you can get your stuff straight. That's not true, Burgle. People register Jeskai control still for some reason. Storm Chaser Mage, yep. They might just be like Jeskai Wizards, Burgle. They had Grim Lavamancer last game too. All right, well, we got a lot of good takes here, so that's nice. Get to take Anger of the Gods with this one, so that one's permanently gone. And I get to go ahead and take their Path to Exile here with my Kitesail Freebooter. Ouch to Pierce, happy holidays. I'm seeing blue-black control, and so Stream Decker on mobile has been infinitely broken for forever and eternity. So you have to manually clear the Twitch app cache in order to update the Stream Decker on mobile. You can type ! deck in chat to get a link to the deck list on mobile. Hopefully they get around to fixing their mobile app at some point. All right, push these up to 2 and 3. That's pretty good. So let's go ahead and cast this, and then in response to its trigger, we vial in Mayor of Avabruck. And the reason why you do this is this way we get a 1/1 counter on this from the Mayor, and the Mayor gets a 1/1 counter from this. So good solid linear draw on our part here. Hoping to dodge. They showed us Anger of the Gods, so hoping to dodge that card here. Aether Vial is probably going to stay on 2/3 here. All right. We did the linears. Do I want Dismember in this matchup? I might want Dismember this matchup, especially on the draw. Killing their only threat seems good, and they have Grim Lavamancer in their deck. This probably should have been in there from the beginning. Do I want Auriok Champion just because it lives through Anger of the Gods and stuff like that? I think Auriok is good here. I agree with that. What do I want to trim? Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. They have too many Doom Blades, right? They have too many things to name with Meddling Mage to possibly be good. Please keep in mind, if you want to offer suggestions in chat, you need to say why and make good arguments. If you just tell me what to do, you're going to get 10-minute break per the stream rules. They have Path to Exile that kills Champion, but that's about it. Yeah, that seems good. I think I'll keep the Kitesail there. No, Booter's fine against a variety of removal spells because they have to spend a removal spell on the Kitesail Freebooter. And gaining the information from Kitesail Freebooter is a big deal as well. Kitesail Freebooter also lines up well against sweeper effects usually. Thalia's pretty good in a matchup like this. Whoop whoop. What's going on, Terminator? Happy holidays to you and yours as well. Twisted Image is a messed up card. This was a modern staple once upon a time, back when Splinter Twin was a thing and people had like main deck Spellskites. Splinter Twin was just like, alright, I'm just gonna play a bunch of Twisted Images. Did I change streaming locations? I've occasionally streamed from my upstairs computer. Then there was a hot second where I did a couple of recordings from a hotel room. I think I want to lead on Thalia here. So Auriok's not just about life gain, it's a soft removal spell as well. So it like blocks things like Monastery Swiftspear on the ground. It's also pseudo unblockable, so it can like push damage once you get into a board stall. I think Auriok Champion's very good against other aggressive decks. It's one of the reasons to play it. Yeah, I'm trying a new schedule starting today, Flecka. So moving forward, all of my streams are going to be split, standard and modern. Or Magic Online and Magic Arena, however you want to do it. So previously I was doing all one format on all day. Moving forward, I'm going to be doing 5 days a week and doing both formats every single day. Hey, Dan, thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Spirits has also felt incredibly underwhelming when I played it on stream in the past. Both Humans and Spirits are decks that, like, it's like, man, people play these decks? It's like, they don't feel like they're doing, like, busted modern things, which they're not, right? Like, they're kind of fair. But people consistently do well with them, so they're probably good decks. You know, hard to argue with the number of results that they have. Especially with as little magic data as we have. Hopefully we draw a land here, so we can just go like 2-drop, 2-drop. No, I just have people that pay me to stream Magic Online content too. And too much of a good thing is bad too. Like you definitely, there's viewer burnout too. Like when I upload all Arena or all Magic Online in a day, all the videos get less views. So splitting it up should give all of everything a little bit of a boost, I think. Yeah, Spirits linear draws feel like a Bogle's deck. Taking 6 here. Might be a quick Humans League. Might just be like the old 0-3 out the door. The last couple times I've played this, like, I really just don't see why people would play this archetype over something like Elves. I feel like enough people haven't played Elves in Modern. That deck's very good, and its linear draws are much better than this deck's linear draws. To an absurd degree. That's not your fault, USGCG. And like, I get it, like, this is an archetype that people have played and like had a lot of success with, like it's a modern staple, but I just like, I feel like what it's doing is just like incredibly fair in relation to a lot of the other things that happen in this format. Humans is a hard deck to play. Yeah, something. Alright, so do I play Bugler here? I think I just want to go Noble plus... I think I want to go Noble plus Mayor. I want to get the Lord going. I guess the Bugler could help me dig to an answer. Isn't this deck much better against Storm? I mean, kinda. Storm decks have adapted to like be able to play through stuff like this, and there's way more in Modern than just Storm. We're probably just dead. All right, well, they're bricking off here, which could give us a chance. What do we got? Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Hey, Thomas McCoy, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and the wife and kids. Thanks for the support. Hope you're having Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Yeah, Bugler does have Vigilance. Mr. 3000th the movie. Thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. I don't know. If, in my opinion, if your reason to play a modern deck is ever it's a good metagame deck, that probably means you shouldn't be playing it. Playing metagame decks in modern is very foolish in my opinion, because the format just has so much going on. I don't know. I've only played like a dozen or so matches with humans, so I definitely don't have this amazing sample size with it. So like, take anything I say with a grain of salt, but I do know that like, having played a bunch of Magic the Gathering, like in modern, this deck consistently feels like it underperforms. We are dead to a Bolt here. Or any removal spell. Does humans not punish fair decks enough with this disruption? No, I don't think so. So I block here so that way if they have like an opt, I don't die. Modern is my favorite format, but I enjoy Arena where it's going on. Dazer, thanks for the 3 months. Well, we're gonna get a good mix here. We're gonna be doing Modern and Magic Online every morning. We're gonna be doing Arena every night. All right, look at that. Snuck. I feel like we got pretty incredibly lucky there. Opponent bricked off and died at the end. Of course, we, on the flip side, also had like Horizon Canopy to cycle into more action, which was a big deal. It's like one of the upsides against playing humans as a deck is you get to play these 4 copies of Horizon Canopy to have a little bit more action density. Mayor of Avabruck's been good so far, though. I was expecting that card to be good, and so far it's been reasonable. Well, we're gonna have a new Eternal format on Arena soon. And by soon, I mean the end of next year. Yeah, sure, Pikes, but like, at the end of the game there, like, then we were make or break on like 1 turn, right? Like, if they would have drawn a spell the turn they played the fetch land, we'd have died. I agree. The Loxobots deck that Davis has been working on felt incredibly strong. I'm super, super excited to play that deck some more. I had someone send in a donation to have me run back that archetype with my preferred changes, so that's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing. Yeah, the new Eternal format was confirmed. No, it was confirmed by what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. It was confirmed by Elaine Chase, I believe it was, in one of the arena announcements. We don't know what sets they're going to contain yet, though. We did get a confirmation that it will exist, though. So that's slow and steady. Reflector Mage was a good pickup there. So we could play against Black-Green Rock. So, in my experience playing Black-Green, I have never won game 1 against humans, but I've also very rarely lost the match. So usually game 1 you're ahead, and then post-board, the humans deck gets a lot worse. Worth noting, they can't play Liliana here since we have a Thalia in play, which is nice. Oh, I did not name Illusion on the territory. I definitely should have done that. That was a mistake. Looks like we're not getting punished for it, though. Like, now I have to guess here. How do we feel about naming Liliana the Last Hope? Liliana the Last Hope kind of dumpsters me. I think I named Last Hope. I think I just named the card that beats me, right? Some of these decks play like 2 of them in the main. Yeah, it's either Liliana or Fatal Push there. That could go either way. Like, Fatal Push, I get to keep playing Magic. Like, Liliana, the Last Hope, I just, like, lose the game on the spot. And if they have both of those cards, I'm gonna die, but, like... Womp womp. Mods, please feel free to aggressively time out anybody speculating on modern bans in my chat. That's pointless talk that's not constructive or going to go anywhere. So there's 3 creatures in my bin, so scavenging is going to get real big real fast. You considered Thrun the Last Troll in the sideboard of Elves over the 3rd Scavenging Ooze. I don't think Thrun the Last Troll solves any problems that Elves have, so that means it's not a card that's worth playing. Gromsky, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Just keeping me employed here. So I really want to draw another Lord here. Lead on this. So this will only be a 4/4 this turn, because they can only eat 2 things. That means this can attack in, which is nice on the back of the Exalted trigger. Yeah, I definitely would be better off if we would draw more Mantis Riders. Turns out your deck's better when you draw the best card in it. Arena hasn't had a rotation yet. So when this past rotation happened, they wiped everyone's accounts out because they moved from closed beta to open beta. And this next fall, they're going to introduce a new format to handle rotation. Justin C., thank you very much for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Wow! On the Meddling Mage. Did we soul read the Last Hope? Show me Liliana. Woo, doggy! Who's the smartest and flipping thinnest Magic the Gathering streamer there ever was? Just soul read the Liliana the Last Hope. Getcha. Name the cards you can't beat, chat. Name the cards you can't beat. I think if the new format's going to be successful, it's going to be involved in Paper 2. And it'll be involved in high-level play. Why? So this is something that, like, I've heard other people say this, and these are people that just, like, don't understand the Arena card acquisition model. It's much easier to get older cards on Arena than it is on Magic Online and in Paper. Because on Magic Online and in Paper, getting old cards becomes very expensive very quickly, whereas playing on Magic Arena, getting old cards is just a wild card. It's just you get wild cards from buying packs and opening packs, and it's very easy. So I don't understand. I feel like anybody who understands the Arena card acquisition model wouldn't say, hey, it's going to be hard to get cards here, because it's just not going to be hard to get cards. It's going to be incredibly easy compared to Paper. All right, so the Scavenging Ooze can get up to a 5/5 this turn. I think I want to attack with Reflector. Wild cards will be expensive, but it won't be hard. It won't even be that expensive. Here's the thing. What if I told you could get any rare in Modern for $6? Because that's what it'll be. When there's these sets that you can't buy packs from, you will literally be able to get any rare from these older sets for $6 because you buy 6 boosters for $6 and get a wild card with them. It will cost a lot of, well, that's just nonsense. That's just a dishonest argument. I didn't mean expensive in terms of money expensive. I meant in this other made-up metric expensive. Stop it. Stop it. Get your dishonest arguments out of here. They aren't welcome in my chat. All right, what am I supposed to do here? So I think I attack with the Reflector Mage as a 5/6. Because in order for my opponent to kill it inside of combat, they'll have to double block, which effectively lets me trade my Reflector Mage for their 5/5 Scavenging Ooze that's otherwise going to bury me. So I think that's the line here. Their hand right now is Dark Confidant plus Liliana the Veil. So like their options here are either take 5, chump block with Tarmogoyf, or trade Scavenging Ooze for a Reflector Mage. This is, yeah, I think this trade's good for me. Yeah, and like, as someone who has like 300 common and uncommon wild cards each right now, like, you'll never have expensive commons and uncommons just won't exist in Magic Arena because they're always cheap. I didn't attack with Kitesail Freebooter, because if I attack with Kitesail Freebooter, I don't get the Exalted trigger, which means my Reflector Mage doesn't trade. Ugh. And we drew our second basic for the turn. That probably means we're dead. That probably means we're dead. Their hand is like double Liliana at the moment. We needed to hit a live one or have them brick there for a turn or two. Yeah, just gonna get destroyed here. Just gonna... Mods, feel free to time out idiots complaining about the vault as well. Complaining about the vault and the 5th card issue. The 5th card issue is bad. The vault is bad. We know it's bad. Wizards of the Coast knows it's bad. Wizards of the Coast is dragging their feet on fixing it. All of those things are true, and complaining about it more isn't gonna change any of that. So it's just like wasted space in my chat for you to complain about it. Alright, Auriok Champion's pretty good here. I don't think I like Sin Collector in this matchup. Complaining makes me feel alive, right? I think this is Meddling Mage out. Lots of censorship. Have a permanent one. Have some permanent censorship. It's so wild to me. People are so used to getting to just like complain needlessly everywhere they go online, and just like every online forum I should just get to type whatever I want and everybody should just have to listen to me. Stop it. Go away. This is not your personal venting location. We have rules here, and those rules actually get enforced. My freeze peach, don't take away my freeze peach. Ventings for Twitter, yep. I have no idea. I've not played a ton of humans. I don't know if this is a matchup we want Dismember in. I would assume Dismember is in our sideboard for matches where our opponents are creature decks that are going faster than us, not trying to like out removal spell the black-green deck, but I genuinely don't know. All right, well that did not go as planned. When we drew this hand up, we were gonna draw a second land there. I just put Thalia into play here. Is it Thalia or is it Kitesail? What do we think? Thalia or Kitesail? It's Kitesail, actually. Right, well, their hand is also pretty bad here. They've got lands and Languish, and I get to Kitesail away their Languish here. Emrakul keeps appearing because Magic Online is quality software. It's workload dependent, Zaf. My goal is to switch to standard about noon each day or somewhere in there, but like Magic Online's very rigid and I can't really predict it. So it's probably going to be a little bit sooner than that most days, but about noon. Just like, so we're going to switch to standard when this league finishes today. Hey, Telp, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Well, that was like the worst possible. My favorite is when people come in here and tell me that, like, we're only not doing well with the deck because we concede games where we're no longer winning. They're just like, well, if you wouldn't concede games where you're 1% to win, you'd have a higher win rate. Sure, but I concede games everywhere where I'm 1% to win. So if I concede the high probability to lose games with every deck, then every deck has the same handicap, which means that it's the same handicap everywhere, right? Yeah. And decks like this, these really good decks, they have the people that are very attached to them like to come in and be like, Jeff did my deck an injustice because he conceded this game and he was 2.675% to win. And my deck had a better showing than what Hogland did with it because he conceded when he was miserable rather than sitting there and grinding it out. Just, all right, sure, I get it. If you need a try-hard stream in your life, this is not a try-hard stream, okay? There are plenty of people who do nothing but sit here and try hard while they play Magic the Gathering on Twitch, and this is not the channel for that. This is a Magic for Fun channel, and we just, you know, hang out here and do our thing. I literally 3-1 F&M with this deck every week. Yep. Can you give me a source on that? It was that you need to trust me that percentage was rigorously calculated, okay? Rigorously calculated. As a streamer, there's vastly more value in jamming more games. Yes, exactly. This isn't just about, like, I've lived the try-hard life. Chat, I qualified for 2 SCG Players Championships while streaming and streamed nothing but trying hard to win to practice for those tournaments. And you know where my stream went while I did that and I try hard? It went nowhere because the number of people who want to watch someone try very hard while playing Magic the Gathering is very, very small. Magic's a lot more fun and enjoyable for many people I've found when you just play to have fun, myself included. Myself included. I think I'm actually supposed to champion the Parish on 2 here rather than Lieutenant. This keep was a little medium. I think it's fine. It's finally got a Mantis Rider in it. You ever considered your win rate is lower with decks because you should just win more? It's quite possible, Trey. Is FNM less competitive than online playing? I would think so. I don't know. When people talk about certain types of events being more competitive or less competitive, usually it's just self-flation. Just like, they're just trying to stroke themselves off to make themselves feel smart. Online has the most competitive players, and I play online, so if online has the most competitive players, I am therefore very competitive at Magic the Gathering, is basically what people trying to talk about certain formats being more competitive than others come down to. They're just like trying to make themselves feel smart by implying that smart people play the formats that they play. Oh. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Modern. And this is, you know, I feel like this just like really exemplifies or embodies like why I'm kind of medium on this archetype. Just like what this deck is doing just isn't inherently busted enough in relation to the other things in the format. I mean, like, I'm gonna like put a lot of power into play next turn, so maybe we have a shot. Maybe. I think do I double block here? What if they cycle a Street Wraith here? I think I'm supposed to double block. Because if they have more things to discard, I'm going to be in trouble next turn regardless. Like, I make the Mantis Rider a 5/5 next turn. So, like, I'm going to 9. And, like, I'm going to have a 5/5. So, we might be okay here. Wow, no. The Flameblade Adept attack there is real loose. Mayor of Avabruck looking excellent again, by the way. Just like, want to just make our stuff bigger. Sure. All right, down to 8 here, but the Champion of the Parish is Xbox huge. And next I have to like put these two things into play and like crank these up. We might be okay here if they don't find like flying creatures or more reach. Yeah, the bolt timing seems really weird there. I think they should have bolted before attacking last turn and just, like, kept their Flameblade Adept in play. Hopefully they don't attack here. If they don't attack here, it's incredibly good for us. Yep. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. All right, we're technically still not dead, right? Like I'm going to 1. This eats this. These trade. I get to play Mayor of Avabruck and Noble Hierarch here. We're technically not dead yet, okay? Technically we're not dead yet. Everybody calm down. This is match 4, game 1. Yep. All right, let's start by cycling this. Kitesail Freebooter. Sure. What you got over there? Show me Lightning Bolt. Manamorphose, okay. Okay, that's a live one we get to take. And the second Noble Hierarch here puts him under the Abyss. We might get a 1 is not 0 game win here. We might get a 1 is not 0 game win here. I gotta sit down. Oh, magic. Oh, magic. Never didn't have it. All right, Knight of Autumn sounds great. Auriok Champion's like not even good here, right? I think Dismember is probably fine. Maybe. I'm gonna trim Bugler. Is it Meddling Mage that's the cut here? Is Auriok even good? Is Auriok good? Like, they have a bunch of artifacts. I have Dismember for Lava Man. What am I cutting? Am I just cutting Meddling Mage again? Phantasmal Image is good because it can copy their big poopers. Thalia's really good here. They're a Manamorphose deck. They're a Manamorphose deck. We didn't see any black mana out of them. I don't think they're playing Gurmag Angler. I think they're playing a Phoenix deck because they showed us maximized velocity. I think they're playing the Hollow Phoenix deck. They don't have any blocker. They don't have any creatures that this blocks, chat. They don't have any creatures that this blocks. All this is a 1/1 Soul Sister. They might have Bedlam Reveler. Maybe they have Bedlam Reveler. Let's try this. Can I keep this? I think this is in the range of keepable. It's not like you don't write home about it, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's like one land away from casting the other spells, though. I'm like, this hand's much worse. It's like, never lose a game because you mulligan to 5 if you always keep 7. Just saying. Them's just the facts, chat. That's not fake news, that's the cold hard truth. You'll never lose a game because you mulligan to 5 if you always keep 7. What's going on, Johnny? Your shield was missing a sword there. Thanks for the support. Welcome to the Knighthood. Yeah, these last couple of leagues I've played with humans have like really cemented or like made me feel good about my decision to like play elves when I want to play a tribal deck. Maybe they'll Burning Inquirius into a good hand. One can only hope. I assume this is going to eat a bolt in response here. It'll just be like a 1/2 peak. Confirmed the Arclight Phoenix deck. Wonder if they're gonna double Morphos before they Goblin Lore. So that way, yeah, because this way, if they bin the Arclight Phoenix, they get to put it into play. Seems pretty good. The funnier part is they were unlucky and didn't discard the Phoenix. I guess I get to Reflector Mage one of these, right? So I can't complain too much. Actually, am I supposed to... I think I'm actually supposed to Auriok Champion and then Dismember. I think I'm supposed to Champion plus Dismember. I think we're still in this game. I've got a Dismember, plus I've got a Reflector Mage to send one of these back from once it came, so like... So I get to kill one of these, we take 4 down to 12. The Reflector Mage bumps us back up to 13. We get very aggressive with our 1/1 here. Oh, I actually can't cast this, right? Awkward. Your hand is Arclight Phoenix plus 3 cards I don't know at the moment. Grr, arg. Get him. Get him. Yeah, I assume they're just gonna like play a Phoenix and like race us from here. Which, if we eventually get lands to cast the Knight of Autumn, we could potentially like make racing very difficult for them, right? Oh, it's gonna be like put double Arclight Phoenix into play. Yep. What's going on, Pew Pew? Hope you're having a good one. I get to gain so much life. It's so good. How can they ever win? All right, are we dead now? I think we're dead now. Yeah, I'm pretty done with humans. And this is the upside to switching formats midday 2 is when I just get beat up playing Modern, we get to pivot into playing Standard and Arena, where the formats are less brutal. I don't know. The last couple times we've played humans, it's been very disappointing. The deck's felt incredibly underpowered. Just the busted things other people are doing in Modern seem to just like run this deck over every time I play it. I don't really know that I have any good feedback. I mean, there's probably a reason why people have stopped playing this and started playing more Bant Spirits. And that's not a deck that I've played recently, so I don't know if I have a good direct comparison, but yeah. Not playing decks that have been paid for on screen time that's been paid for. Have a timeout. Have a big old dunce cap for your stupid statement. It's almost like when people submit decks to be played on stream, there's this document that they read that says, oh, your deck will be played for a minimum of 2 matches. And it's almost like I just played 4 matches with that deck, and then some entitled little idiot comes in here who didn't even pay for the deck to be played and is like, I'm offended and feel bad for this other person who read the thing and submitted the thing and paid for the service and had the service rendered, but I don't know what I'm actually talking about, but I'm offended by it. Wank off. That's like entitled millennials in a nutshell, right? Just like, I'm offended for somebody else even though I don't understand what I'm being offended for. Like, get out of here.